what do you even call development or progress? Based on what the author says here is how the Western has developed it, linear. When you think about time, the notion of time and all that, and when you move from one point to another point in a linear way, that's what you call progress. And because you also make the separation between the past, the present, and the future, then you begin to be afraid, of the future that you cannot control. But with the European mindset, you now find a way to symbolically control the future, and it becomes you define your life now in terms of time and science and technology. And technology, now you use technology as a way to take control of the future because you're so terrified. And that, coming back to the things you were reading here, Europeans assume a very special place for them in the universe, and at the same time feel uneasy in the earth because first they want to create a world where they control everything, but because by the very nature of universe you cannot control it, then they start creating things that will help them control it, and then they now look towards the future, which is so terrifying and uneasy, that has no end, and then they're like, oh my gosh, and everything begins to be measured. Like life is measured in terms of years and everything. Days are measured in terms of hours in terms of minute in terms of second. Every second counts, every minute counts, every day counts, every week, every year, every month, every year. And then your life is not dissected in terms of some kind of time. And they say, even if you look at the movie, the red pill and the blue pill, The Matrix, what did they tell you in that movie? That is the European Western mindset at its peak. They tell you that they want to show you the nature of what is real. That's because everything is kind of just image and dreams and everything, like not the real. What you think is real is not really real or anything. So it deals with that whole thing, right? The Matrix. And how did they conclude? I've seen that many years ago. I can't even remember. I might make some mistakes, but how did they conclude that movie? That there's only one thing that is real. Everything else is not real. Everything else is just an illusion. The only thing, the one thing that is real is time. So the mindset, the European Western mindset, they all agree that the one thing that is real is time. So, and they define their life and everything based on time. And because time cannot be controlled, even though they attempted to control time in terms of splitting their own life around that spectrum, they still find themselves short from meeting that same time, because time is still keep going and even accelerates, goes so fast. And then you begin to worry. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so old. Oh, have I already achieved this at 10 years old? At 15, at 20, at 25, at 30, have I achieved this? Have I achieved that? Have I done this? Have I done? Oh, I'm on 40. Oh my gosh, I'm 50. Oh my gosh, half a century. I'm almost like, oh my gosh, I'm already dying. Oh, I'm 60. Oh, okay, society doesn't want me anymore because I've done my time. Oh, see how they create their own prison and define their own reality and be unhappy within that same reality, because they're running after something that they can never catch. And that's what the African people understood long time ago. African people understood long time ago that the notion of time is an illusion. The whole thing is an illusion. There is no past in African philosophy. There is no past, there's no future, there's no present, there's no future. There's just existence. That's why we believe ancestors live in the present, and the future is part of the present. And if you read the symbolic and the symbol of the book, Vucci's book that I told you there, that's what it's trying to say. Can you seize the moment? Even when you take a picture, it is the picture is stop in a continuum of time. You cannot pinpoint it. I'm talking to you right now. As soon as the word comes out of my mouth, it's already past. Can you really pinpoint present? You cannot. There is no such a thing as present. Can you pinpoint the present? Every tiny, I don't even know, like the 1 milli something of the 1 milli something of the second is already passed. I don't even know how I can explain it to you. There is no present. There is no present. Everything that you think is present become past at the very moment that this thing is identified as present. It's already put in the past. Hence, if there's no present, there's actually no past. Because then what is the past if there's no present? And if I'm still always looking towards the future that I never seize, that I never catch, then there's no future. Can you hold the future? Can you catch it? Can you seize it? You are getting ready for something big. By the time it comes, you're like, what is next? Like right now, first it was your studies, and then it's now in the past. Now it was your graduation, it's gone. Now is this, it's gone. Now is this, it's gone. So those things were the future before, but now they're past. So whether we talk about past, present, or future, those are things that human beings try to develop to control what cannot be controlled. They're trying to define existence in some kind of continuum where they can seize some moments that they will call past, present, and future, because the white mentality, and beginning with the Plato and all those people, were to be able to reason everything, logic, concrete, explain everything, and the end goal of it is to make meaning of their life, because the only reason to be able to define time and all those realities and reason and everything is because then that will make meanings. Then it will make your life meaningful, because you want to, something you don't understand brings anxiety and pain and fear, but you want your life to be meaningful and because you want to be able to understand things. So that is the whole reason why they designed those whole thing, notion of time, past, present, future, and science, and all of these things. But got caught up in the process. Does science bring really happiness? Does knowing everything around you actually bring happiness? Because there's no way you always know everything. So that is basically what the whole thing is. So they started belittling everything else that they could not understand.